What up, it's your homie Dorrough Music, aka 6'3", man. I'm out here rocking with homegrown radio from Texas to Cali. Look out for Texas for you.
Chuck Dizzle DJ HED in the building with us right now. We got Dorrough in the house, man. What's going on with you, brother?
Man, what's up with it,
Appreciate you coming
it's
on.
It's Dorrough. Hey, who did that?
Man, you know what's crazy? So one time I had a show in Laredo, Texas, like a random show, and I stopped by the radio station, and the dude that was doing the interview, one of them, his name was Oscar Vasquez, and like he was just telling me, like, yeah, man, I'm also, he was telling me all he do. He was like, I also do different voices. I like for real do some voices. And he just started like doing all this stuff, and he was doing it live on air.
Yeah.
And like so he was saying a lot of stuff, and then he said that, and then I liked the way it was said. So like after the interview, I was like, say it again, and he did it. But then I was like,
music.
I was like, bro, I want you to like give me that clip, and he took it from the interview, and he took it out, and then I had just dropped the Gangsta Grills mixtape with DJ Drummer, and I had put it like all over that mixtape, and it was on that Get Big song.
Right.
And when it came out on the Get Big song, everybody was just like, I can cuss. Yeah. Everybody was like fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like from then on, people were just like, man, you know what I'm saying? It was just doing what you was just doing, and I was just like, I just kept it in the song. You feel it was good for branding.
Now, has Oscar ever hit you back like, yo, man, I need my residual?
Hey, I need a piece.
He actually do. Now he hit me one day because he heard it every song,
like,
but now he was happy because a lot of people, he was like, I got a lot of business off.
Oh, that's dope. Okay, so he got his money's worth.
He got his money's worth, man.
I thought he was gonna like, man, you know what? I done heard that shit on a couple of different things, man. You said it was just gonna be one song.
He ain't tripping. Matter of fact, he hit me every time he hear it. Like he'll hit me like on Instagram or wherever he can reach me, like on Twitter, and be like he'll post a song, and he's happy about it.
Now, at that point, do you like, all right, I get it, like, all right,
yeah,
I understand, like, I know you hear it a lot,
like, you know what I'm saying? It sometimes get a little overwhelming, but like I was actually just happy he was happy about it, and instead of the other way around, like, hey, I want my, because it was in some it's in some big songs.
Shit. Yeah,
like,
hell yeah, it
so
is.
I thought you were gonna be like, hey, I want my, but he wasn't tripping. Like
all right,
that.
so what do you get tired more of that, or people go, yeah, buddy?
Man,
his eyes just got fucking.
Hey, he hate the yeah, buddy.
Motherfucker. Man, I don't hate it. If what I did hate,
I'm gonna do it at least 3 times before you get about it.
What I did hate was when homie from Jersey Shore, the DJ probably dude. He ran with it. Like he ran with it, made money off of it.
Right.
And he didn't tip you off nothing?
Nah. He didn't. You feel me? But what he did was he ran with it. In the short term, he was like winning off of it, but in the long term, it came back to the song. So, and he was so popping during that time, like it was really bringing more attention to the song because that song was popping, and then people knew. People be like, I remember a lot of people like, DJ Polly Paul started it. People like, nah, he got that from the song.
Right.
And then it just made people go to the song. All his fans.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was one of those situations.
Now,
but it's cool.
Coming out the gate with a song like
I got that from my pops, by the way.
Which
pop,
yeah, buddy?
Yeah.
Is that like a saying?
Yeah, my pops used to always say it like when I was growing up. So it just kind of like came through.
So here's the thing, right? So you're Dorrough Music.
Yeah.
And you from Texas.
Yeah.
What part of Texas?
Dallas.
From
Dallas.
Dallas.
Triple D to be.
So you from Dallas, right?
Yeah.
So you being from Texas, how do you find? Do you think that rappers from the South get they just due and respect?
Man, from the rappers from the South, especially Texas and especially Dallas, it's you got to take your respect.
I was about to say that, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Because Texas is already, it's no industry in Texas, so the only way to make it out, you gotta have like a superior grind. You gotta be like fearless, and you gotta really be, you know what I'm saying, like on your shit basically. Yeah. People gotta respect and fuck with you, and it's a long drawn out process. But when you do come out of Texas, it's like well worth it. You feel me? Like just in Texas alone, like artists can tour forever, and you can make millions. Like you'll be surprised how many Texas artists like Slim Thugs and Zeros are. They just in Texas, if they wanted to, they can just tour the whole Texas.
Yeah, 'cause that's a big ass region itself. Texas.
And then
It's the most it's influential to that whole region. So
Right.
you know the Oklahomas and the Louisianas and the Arkansas and the Kansas, they all so it's real influential. But yeah, man, Texas, you gotta take the respect.
Because I think that like a lot of rappers from Texas never get they just do, especially Dallas.
Yeah.
More like you said, more rappers from Houston get they props. You got
Exactly,
UGK
exactly.
and you got all these influential rappers that come from Houston. But I know it's what is that Dallas Houston shit? Like what the fuck is that about?
Man, it was crazy.
That's like
I was just telling Stephanie about it. It was it's basically like Dallas and Houston is like it's beef competition all in one. When it comes to sports, when it comes to the streets, when it comes to everything and music. Yeah, it's always, if you go on Twitter right now, I'm pretty sure it's a Dallas versus Houston type
something
of
going
Twitter
on,
war.
yeah.
Something going on.
Always. So it just always been that way. And what's crazy is I'm from Dallas. I went to a HBCU outside of Houston, Prairie View, a black college.
Shit.
So like right there, like so picture every like high school, especially like black high school in Dallas and every black high school in Houston, the students graduate and come to one spot. It's Prairie View.
Yeah.
So like when I got out there, that's when I really saw it's crazy. It's not even like college. It wasn't even like college at
What
that
was it
point.
like?
It was a war zone. Yeah, like it was literally fights every day, parties, shootings, all type of stuff. Like, but it was cool though. What happened was at that time it meshed together and then it ended up like, you know what I'm saying, getting better and better. But it was just always that. And me being from Dallas, like it's crazy that I was able to like get popping down there in Prairie View, and then I actually blew up in Houston first.
Yeah.
Like my music got moving in Houston before it did in Dallas.
Hey,
Like,
isn't that politics involved though? Like,
man, it's hate. It ain't even politics. It's just like if you can get past the hate and the crabs in the buckets, you can make it. But it's so many.
because I know it's like I've been.
It is political to a point though. Like for instance, the good thing about it is when you do make it, like you make a name, then the politics are in your favor. You feel me? But yeah, getting through it, that's just a whole nother
It's
thing.
like they're proud of you once you get past a certain point. But
Exactly.
getting you to that point, it's like they're not gonna usher you
Man,
in.
they ain't gonna let you, fam.
Damn.
Like it's still like that too. It's tough. You feel me?
Do you think that helps in terms of like not opening the floodgate for everybody to get on, or is that a bad thing for not ushering in like new talent?
It can be. Overall, it could be bad because I mean Dallas, especially you talking about the top 5 market. You feel me? It's a huge market.
Absolutely.
And like it'll bring so much to the city when you got these type of things going on and different type of ways. But I mean I can't really call it like whether it help or hurt, but I know overall like I feel like it hurt. But when you do make it, at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people do get stuck in a mind frame, and you know the one thing that a lot of Texas artists don't do and probably should do more of is just move around.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, you know, if you ain't getting that type of love where you at, sometimes you gotta move around.
When you talk about move around, like I think that's important for a lot of artists, right?
Yeah.
Like you be out here a lot. Like me and you, like you'll hit me like, hey, I'm in your city. Hey, like, I'm out here.
Yeah.
So I think like that's really important. Do you think that when you first started moving around, like, okay, what's the strategy? Just say for a new artist that's listening right now, what's the strategy to just start moving initially?
Exactly. I mean, the first thing you should do is to try and get popping in your hometown where you from, because if you get that, that go a long way. Because me myself, like, if I people come up to me all the time, artists, and they be like, you know what I'm saying, I'm popping here and this and that, and I can find out if you popping, you know what I'm talking about. But if I do know you popping in your hometown, me personally, I'm gonna respect you. It's gonna be another level of respect because I know how hard it is to come out your hometown. That's really anywhere.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like it's just always harder sometimes to come out your hometown for a different reason. So if you cross that, if you did that, then you know it's a certain level of respect. But it ain't always to where that can happen. So if you're an artist where you know you tried that, that should be your first move. But if that don't work, then the next thing is to venture out. And I mean, depending on where you are, you know, somebody could be that next major city that's in your state. It could be across the country. It just depends on, you got to find your vibe and know what type of artist you are, and then know where you fit. Because I mean, it's people, and you can be from Texas, but it's New York style artists out there, and you might need to be on the East Coast. You know what I'm talking about, working from that angle. You feel me? So that's the first thing, and I feel like the hometown approach is the best way. But if you can't make it there, to bounce around and start moving from there.
Do you have like a time frame as to how long you feel like you should try that hometown approach before you start moving out, or is it like, man, do it as long as you possibly can until you just feel in your gut it's not the right move?
Exactly. It's like until you know for a fact that, you know what, the hometown just not showing love. That could be over the course of 1 year, 10 years. You feel me? I mean, but obviously you don't want it to be that drawn out. But when you know, it's like you know as an artist and anybody, and even as a DJ, you know when you done everything that couldn't possibly been done, and you know what I'm saying. It ain't happening. So I feel like when you get to that moment, that's when you make that move.
So this is what I mean. I know you hate talking about it, but I gotta bring it up, right? So ice cream paint job. Yeah, that shit was fucking crazy out here.
It was.
I don't even know. Really, I can imagine what it was like for you in the South. Yeah. But out here, that shit was crazy. You couldn't tell these LA niggas nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You couldn't tell these LA niggas that they wasn't rolling and fucking all that
paint
shit.
Job, candy paint
oh my
jobs,
God.
all
Like,
that
these niggas swear to God that they wrote the fucking song.
Exactly.
When you first came out here and you saw that reaction to that song, right? Yeah. Like, I'm talking about after it was popping, right? Yeah. Because I know Von and I know the whole shit, right? Yeah. But shout out to Von. Yeah. But other than that, like, when you first came, let's say to the West Coast, to LA, the Bay, wherever you was at, and you first got a real bar as to how big you were. Yeah. Did that hold on, now keep it real. Did that shit go to your head? Like, you was like, nigga, I'm on.
Nah, I couldn't at that time. I couldn't catch up to it. Like,
the song was bigger than you.
Yeah, because at that time, well, what it was is, all right, so to answer that question, I gotta kind of like explain the whole story. So like, what it was is like, in Texas, I was popping as a mixtape artist. You know what I'm saying? I was dropping like a lot of mixtapes. Then that got me to a point to where like that was one thing, but then it was like artists that'll come out of nowhere, drop a single. That's when that dance movement was going on in Texas. I really wasn't on that dance tip, but like it'll be like I'll be popping with 4 or 5 mixtapes out, and then one artist will come with like a dance song, and then it'll be gone. Yeah. Right. So that was happening. I'm like, hold on, I'm doing, you know, what am I doing? So I had to learn how to make singles. So what I did was I was at Prairie View, and you know you got the fraternities and sororities and stuff. So like I made the Walk That Walk song, the female record. You know, I started learning how to make singles. I was like, I need to like tone it down, obviously. So I made that. That started popping in the whole little southern region. Then I did the Holly Berry song that ended up getting bought by Hurricane Chris, and all that became his record after it was my record. And Superstars. That came together, and so I had this like mixtape circuit, and then I had these like club bangers all in the South. Now the ice cream paint job came when I was putting together this same mixtape with these records. I was putting together a mixtape, and that MySpace was popping. Yeah. So MySpace was popping. I was like one of the most popular artists on MySpace because those 2 songs I named, the Holly Walk, they was like on every female page and down to every last one of them. Like so I was like in everybody like top 8 type shit. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? A man from the Bay he just used to come to my page. Well, he always used to look for, I guess, different music, but he came to my page one day and he hit me with a message. He was like, hey, what's this ice cream? I had just put it up like 2 days before. Like, what's this ice cream paint job? I was like, man, this is a song I'm for the drop on my mixtape. I just put it on the MySpace. He was like, man, this got like a Cali feel to it, this and that. He was like, is it original? I was like, yeah. And he was like, man, I'm for the fuck with it. And that was that. Probably like a month later, I started getting like people hitting me up, hitting my DJ up and stuff like, hey man, we want you to come out to Oakland and San Francisco to do shows. Wow. I had never been to Cali in my life at this time, so I didn't really know how real it was, this and that. And so I ended up going out there one time, and my first show was at this place called the Moose Lodge in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Like
the Moose Lodge.
Moose Lodge, it was popping like ratchet spot. Popping ratchet spot, and it was packed. And I'm like, we pulled up and it was packed. Like we took like a van from Texas, 20 26-hour drive.
fuck out of
Swear
here.
to God, like,
didn't take that flight?
I got, it wasn't at that level yet. Like, I was just popping in the South, and I couldn't really grasp. Like, I didn't think it was like that. I just thought maybe, you know what I'm saying, it'd be cool to come out. You know what I thought? I thought I was gonna have to come to Cali and work the record.
Yeah.
You feel me? And like, dude, you know what I'm saying? But like, when I got out there, that shit was popping.
already worked.
And like, the whole show. So I was like, they promoted me on the show, and I was the only artist, and I was like, this must be a popping spot. I was like, there's no way I brought out this many people in a place I never been.
Who else is here?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so,
Boosie must be here. Who the fuck?
So I went there and I performed, and just like it went up the whole time, word for word. And that's when it was all coming. Like, this shit really weird. Hey man was like, I told you I had it popping. He was playing it, and then A-Man and Big Von them took it and blew it up on KMEL, and then it hit LA and just went to another level. You know what I'm saying? Like, so but what's crazy is at this time it wasn't popping in Texas. Like,
I know the record started out here.
Yeah, it wasn't popping in Texas at all. Like, because you gotta understand, especially at that time, and even now, but especially at that time, like, they wasn't on in Texas. They wasn't on fast type records, 90 BPM. Nah, it was just like slow, 70 and down. Yeah. You feel me? Like maybe 75 to 65. That area was like, that's where all the records was. So slow, that was me just venturing out, because I always personally liked the up tempo beats, but
me too.
I was low key kind of scared to put it out, because I was like, how I'm gonna put this record out? Nothing sounds like this.
Right.
That's why I put it on my MySpace page
just to test it out, just throw it.
Yeah, because I was like, if you know what I'm saying, people don't fuck with it, I may not even put it on this mixtape. Yeah. Which was, I put it on the MySpace page, and then that happened. Then when it blew up out here, they caught wind of it, and then it just started spreading. You know what I'm saying? And then E1 did the deal after that. Like, I had already had like a few records popping plus that before I did the little Koch independent deal. I didn't even do like I just basically did like an independent situation, but that's how that happened, fam. So
do you think that, because I remember. Now, when you first was blowing up, was like really when I started really getting like heavy into DJing. Like, I was like really like becoming like a guy, right? Yeah. So I was playing about 4 of your records every night. I was playing Walk That Walk. I was playing Ice Cream. I was playing Wire to the T.
Yeah.
And I was playing Get Big.
Yeah.
And I was playing Get Big before everybody, because I was like, y'all don't hear this? That shit. Because I'm a fan of the old Cash Money shit. Yeah. So when that shit came on, it reminded me of the old Manny. Like, them drums was rolling like a mother. Dum. I was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking with this, right? Yeah. And they used to tease me in the club. They used to fucking tease me in the fuck y'all. They used to tease me in the club about playing Get Big, and I was like, bro, this is the shit. Y'all, because it's about 87. It's 87 BPM, and I used to go right out of Luda into your shit, right out of Move Bitch into your shit. Yeah,
and that's crazy, because I did remember like people was mixing that record with that.
Yeah, it's the same tempo. Yeah. So I remember that shit, and they was like, man, you always playing this South shit. I'm like, this shit is hard, like, because nobody, like you said, nobody else out of the South was playing. Doing that kind of shit. I mean, Luda was doing it a little bit. Yeah. He had Southern Hospitality, then he had the Move Bitch shit. So he was doing a little bit of up tempo records, but like you said, most of it was slower. Yeah. And I wanted to say that actually, when Jermaine Dupri came through, I gave him a shout out, because he was one of those people from the South that was doing up tempo records.
Yep.
When nobody else,
and it's crazy.
And I appreciate that. I just want to say I appreciate that.
Yeah, and he hopped on. He was the first person to hop on the Ice Cream Paint Job remix.
Yeah.
So it was crazy, and I was surprised by that. But then now that you mentioned that, it did make sense. He caught on to the up tempo vibe, because it was a thing. Like, nothing out there sounded like that. Yeah, so that's why I didn't really know how that record was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But normally I know when a record gonna do something. But that was like an experimental record. I recorded in the closet. Like at my homie,
crazy.
Like we used to call him his name Melda Mac. It was just like I would come home from school. We had like a padded closet in his crib, and I recorded it there. And it just like went. You feel me? It's just crazy how that happened. But
now, what kind of student were you, man? Talking about your days at Prairie View.
So I used to play ball. Like, so how I got even like on the rap scene is in high school. I was popular for playing basketball. Yeah. Captain.
Was you weak though? Was you all right?
Nah, I was like,
so look.
Was you weak?
Like in our school, in our area, in our district, like we was like a top. Especially that time, we was like one of the top in the state. You feel me? So, and I was a 4-year varsity letterman, point guard, and I was the captain of the team.
Yeah, but were you weak though?
What are we?
He said you can't
I
come
got
in.
full scholarships and all that offers, all that. You can't be weak and getting that, especially in Texas.
Nah.
Yeah, I can still buy. We can go out there now. I
Nah,
give
nah.
everybody,
He came
I
right from
give
the
everybody in here.
I'm vertically
L's.
challenged.
Oh, okay,
You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'8" and
that shit ain't working out for you.
Like that shit ain't work out for
Yeah,
you.
man. Anybody want to play me 1-on-1, man? Matter of fact,
Did you come straight from the
Hey,
gym?
we can
I did, fam. It's another. So it's crazy.
Let's get this shit out the way
I'm
right
learning.
now.
I'm learning LA more and more because I'm in the process of a retransitioning out here. So like, I went to go work out in Santa Monica.
Oh yeah, you fucked up.
Nah, but this was at 1:00.
Yeah,
and
you
we was
fucked
going-
up.
You fucked up.
And we ran the stairs, and then we went and got something to eat, and like it was probably like 4 or 5 o'clock, and I'm like, we good, man. We get caught in some crazy traffic.
Yeah, that's what I said. You fucked
We was
up.
going back to the valley. We got caught in some crazy traffic, and then we put the time in. It was like we weren't gonna make it at the
Listen,
time, so I like,
nigga,
nah,
you
we gotta
tripping.
go like this. So I head on. Look, I'm trying to get back in shape and everything. So I got on the sweatsuit.
Trash bag.
Yeah, the trash bag thing.
Missy Elliott
Yeah.
joints.
I got on all this stuff with this. It was something with these tights up under it, fam. I had to go in the trunk and find this little fit I got
man.
on right now.
So you
I
always-
had to come straight
You
here,
low-key
fam.
almost came in with the Missy Elliott joints.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, he
stand
came
the
with
rain.
the Missy Elliott.
With the
I
Missy
can't
Elliott.
stand the rain shit.
Yeah, so,
Damn.
Bro, came in a bit of it.
so yeah, I had to pull one, man. So yeah, I'm in grind mode.
Hey, you
right
pulled
now.
it together, bro.
Yeah.
That's
This
good.
like
though.
my favorite hoodie, fam. It's like my airport hoodie. You feel me? So if y'all see me in something, like, just know this is my favorite hoodie.
Gotcha.
So I found this, put it together, man. I believe I got this in Japan. Obviously, I got this in Japan. And another thing is, a lot of people always ask me, you know what I'm saying, about like the what I got in my head. It's all from the Japan culture, man. I went out there and got inspired. But yeah, bro, I'm out here, man, in the tights.
So-
Everything.
No, I was gonna say so back to you being a student. Like, so
yeah.
when you playing, when you crafting that, you play ball, but in terms of like the rap shit, how did that?
All right, so I was popular in my high school for being popular on basketball.
Right.
So my sophomore year, you know, it was like I was going through like some different hardships. Like I started fucking with the music.
Mm-hmm.
It was easy for me to like transition into that because I was popular in school. So I really started in my high school. Now I was popping in my high school with like the rest.
He like, I'm gonna get
I remember I had,
I was fucking pop. Right.
Yeah, I had this song called 75134. It was like
fuck is that?
it was our
It
zip
sound like
code.
all the- okay.
Yeah. So like, you know what I'm saying? We used to run out to it. Like all my music, we used to run out to a basketball game. And our basketball games was huge. Like we was like that one of those schools in the whole city that, you know, just had the big basketball game.
Yeah.
So me and us running out to my music was a big thing, and that's how it all started. So people started fucking with my music. So that's how it all started. By the time I graduated high school, it was like two pad. You want to go music, you want to do the hoop shit, and really I was more into hooping, but it was more realistic for me to go the music route because hooping is super political when it comes to like
Especially down there.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to get to the league, man. You gotta like, you know what I'm talking about? It's just a pair. I know some of the best players ever that I feel like should be in the NBA right now didn't make it because of political reasons. So I was just like, fuck it.
Who
I
your
can
dad
control.
is and who the
coach
you got to
is,
go to
all
the
that.
right coach. They got to like you. You got to be. It's just too much stuff.
Yeah.
Music, you can control it more, even though that's still like a risk. But
that sound crazy.
Yeah.
That music is more controllable than the sport.
controllable, yeah. You can control it on your own,
'cause you-
especially now.
Yeah.
Especially now more than anything. But so yeah, I made the decision. So I decided that instead of going to St. Mary's to play basketball in San Antonio, I went to Prairie View at HBCU because I knew it was a popping party school and I had music on my mind.
You like, so I already know that's gonna be the nice
But like,
back up.
but what was crazy is I wasn't even gonna go to I wasn't gonna go to college. I was just like gonna skip it. And then I remember my mama was like, one day she woke me up and she was like, cause she found out that like I wasn't committing to like some different spots. So she woke me up one day and she was just like, I'm finna take you to this orientation down to Prairie View. It's 3 hours from
You going
Dallas.
somewhere.
Yeah. So I went down there. I didn't take nothing. I just went down there. I'm just like, man, I'm finna see what it is. Man, I got the Prairie View fam and like, see, it's a HBCU, but like it's 7-1. So for every one male,
I
it's
already
7
know she-
females.
yeah.
So I got
I'm
down
sold.
there. Yeah, I came out
We
there
in
in
here.
the orientation and all I didn't see I didn't even see dude. I was like, it's nothing but. I was sold. I didn't even go back home to get my stuff.
He's like, nah, mom, come
I
get me
stayed.
later.
They had these
Get
little
the fuck
things
outta
right.
here.
Yeah, they had these they had these
I stayed
dorms.
there.
They had these dorms where for the orientation, like if you want to stay for the next orientation, you could stay for 3 days.
Yeah.
I like, mom, you got to bring my stuff back.
All right, so I got
sold.
a question.
I was sold on.
I got a question.
I gotta figure this orientation out.
Yeah. So okay, you went to this college.
Yeah.
And the ratio 7-to-1 women.
Yeah. That's what sold me on going. It wasn't nothing else.
So when you went there,
Yeah.
how much trouble did you get into?
All right, so now this what was even
stuck-
crazy.
oh, here
we
Nah,
go.
this what was no. This
what happened was
it's gonna get to that level. But I'm gonna tell you how it all started. Like, so coming from high school, like I was the man.
I
You feel me?
was already a savage.
Nah.
Yeah.
I was the man. I was the man in my high school because everybody knew who I was. Everybody knew the basketball. Now going to Prairie View, which is really outside of Houston, and none of my people from high school went to Prairie. I was like the only person that went. And like out of nowhere, it was like starting over. Nobody knew who I was. The basketball stuff was out. You feel me? Well, some people did know me for basketball because of the name, but that was more in sports. But like just the general students didn't know. I was just a fresh face, so it was like a whole different thing. I'm like, now I went from being popping at high school, like one of the most popular students, to like nobody know me.
Reset.
So, but I was already my music, so I'm like, damn, now I'm really finna have to make this music pop off because I ain't finna just be out here like, you know what I'm saying, just out here. Yeah. So then, you know what I'm saying, about my whole freshman year, I started like dropping mixtapes. I was like performing at parties. I was just like on some wild savage stuff. By the end of freshman year, by sophomore year, I ran Prairie View.
Everybody knew, huh?
Everybody
Yeah,
knew.
but
I had a little team I put together. We were just doing it. And then, of course, what you talking about shot up to a whole nother level. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that was just like, but even my freshman year, just like I was always like a smooth person, fam. So I always had like females. But I was used to being the man, fam. Like in high school, I was the man. It was just like on somewhere like I don't even like have to like try and like run, you know what I'm saying, run games.
Yeah.
Everybody knew, so I was used to that. I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna get back to that. You know what I'm talking about? So I
gotta sharpen my skills again.
Yeah, because it was just a whole different experience.
So so let me ask you this then. So since you just used to just women being thrown at you, right? What would you say in an approach to a woman? Even at this point,
I never run game. Like that's not me. I don't run.
I'm not
game.
saying
I don't
running
even
game.
know
I'm just saying, what would you say? Because I don't run game either.
I just speak to him.
I just tell him some real shit.
Exactly.
What does Dorrough music say?
If I was in that mode.
Just right now, like you walking outside, you go get gas at the gas station. You see something that you just gotta have. What do you say to the woman?
If I see something that I gotta have.
You gotta have. It ain't no second.
If that was the case and I was in that mode, I just walk up and speak to her.
Say what though?
It depends on what she's doing.
What she's pumping gas.
I'm gonna walk up to her. I ain't gonna. Well, it depends. If it's to that level that you talking about, like I got. See, all right, so for me to be realistic, I got to put myself in that mind frame. For me to be on that level of savagery,
you can't let her go.
You talking about like if I see like Neil Long pumping gas.
Neil Long pumping gas.
Yeah.
What do you? It ain't Neil Long because she's not famous, but you get what I'm saying.
But like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay, what do you say?
If it's at that level, I might even offer to pump her gas. You feel me? Like if it's at that level,
like,
you know what I'm saying? Because like if it's at that level, then yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
that's gonna start the conversation, and once the conversation, it's a wrap. That's all it is with me. Like I'm gonna feel the person out. Like I don't run game. I don't got no lines. I ain't finna come use no line or no corny lines. None of that. Like I never done that. I don't even know how to do that. I don't even want to do that.
Me either.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, so you walk up and you say. What do you say to get her to let you pump the gas? What do you say?
You trying to use this stuff, fam?
Hell no,
I got something I can tell you.
He'll tell you exactly how I get down. I'm a different level of savage. What do you say?
A female that like that, I'm gonna respect her, so I'm gonna approach her and I'm gonna ask her I'm gonna let her know that I'm trying to pump her gas. Like I'm gonna come up to her and have a conversation with her.
Hey,
First of all, it's gonna start with a conversation. I ain't gonna come up and be like grab her, pump or nothing. I'm gonna come up and speak to her. You know what I'm saying? Like put me in the mode and I'll do it. Put it like that. Like cause you to my running game. I'm not
talking about running game. I don't run game. I'll tell you exactly. Just so I give you perspective. What I do is I tell a woman ahead of time what my intentions are the first time I meet her.
That can work, but then that can be. You gotta understand, you in real life and you walking up to a woman on a gas pump.
I don't walk up to women either. I just tell them if I see them across the room, that's how I tell them.
Nah, they don't like to be not that. Type
I'm not
of
saying
I'm
I don't yell across the room. I say, listen, I plan on getting to know you, eventually having sex with you, and figuring out if I want to keep.
Boy, you a true savage then.
And figure out if I want to keep you after that.
See, like me, with me, I go in intent with actually getting the W. I wouldn't get the W coming like that.
You can though.
Not with that type of woman.
Or
now
you
with a
say,
thought,
you know,
with a thought
yeah,
is
yeah.
see. I'm thinking, all right, thought is a different approach. It's a whole different approach. This woman that we speaking on is a total different
I'm
approach.
not talking about a thought.
I approach a thought like
I'm
that.
not talking about a thought. I'm talking about the one like a woman in question.
You need a crown, fam.
D,
You the king. You the goat. If you can approach.
This nigga is a savage.
I
dog.
believe it.
He on some other shit.
Listen, I've literally said I'm
like I feel the real talk. I feel the like having your attention. Like, hey, you trying to really fuck with her, but like telling that you know what I'm saying you trying to fuck.
No, I'm not gonna tell her I'm gonna try to fuck.
You
this
just
is what I
said
say.
that.
Listen. I said, you know I'm gonna get you eventually, so you might as well cut down on the time and let's just.
But that sounds like the end. That sounds like the end of the conversation.
No,
not the approach.
No, what I do is I say something and then I explain.
Yeah.
So I'll say something like, it's gonna happen eventually. Just let it happen. Yeah. Or this is what I have said.
I'm gonna take you out with me, fam.
Or this is what I have said.
I'm gonna see your level of savage.
I literally have said this to just recently, actually. You know what? You gotta eat, so do I. We might as well eat simultaneously in the same setting.
Oh shit!
Hey, you a savage. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You a savage.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
But see, like my approach like that. Like is to like that would be my approach to like a thought, but not even that generous. But like you know what I'm saying, that's like in the middle, towards the thought type.
Damn,
person.
That's crazy.
But now to the woman, I'm thinking huge. I'm thinking like the
one.
So
that's how I approach the one.
I could nah.
But you know what? I'm
but you are a savage. If it worked for you, fam, like
that's
real
just my personality.
If it worked for you, fam, like obviously it do. Then I'm commanding you, fam. Like I'm giving you a crown,
that's
fam.
Just my personality because I don't want to be in a situation in a relationship or whatever and I can't be myself.
Yeah, true.
So true. Okay, speaking of that, you've been crazy successful.
Yeah,
national, international.
Yeah.
Have you been able throughout the let's say the past 7 years?
Yeah.
Have you been able to maintain a relationship on and off? How does that work? Like,
yeah. I mean, because at the end of the day, fam, it's about a person understanding who you are and what you do from the jump, and obviously, and I'm the type of person where honestly, like, it's not about like. I think when you first come in the game, especially as a rapper, it's not about what it is to them. Like, who can get out. I guess because I've always had that from junior high. Like, I've always had females. I've already had that. That's not my whole thing.
Junior high?
Yeah. Starting at 8th grade, fam, that's when I became, like, the man in my world.
I'm late. You know what I mean? Knocked it down.
Yeah, so, like, I'm talking
junior high 12, 13,
14.
Okay.
Yeah, 14.
Right.
Yeah. So like, no, I'm just saying, like, I always had like that type of lifestyle. So by the time I got grown, it wasn't a thirst. You feel me? Don't get me wrong.
You got it out your system.
Yeah, you got it out my system. But sometimes though, the crazy thing about it is sometimes it causes the reverse effect. So when you ain't thirsty, you get more.
Hell yeah.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? So it's more like that type shit that was going on. But so now, yeah, it's just like. Because it's not a thirst, it's easier to maintain relationships. You know, when you you gotta have it and you gotta do all that.
Your attention's getting caught by any.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's when you gonna you might as well throw in the towel. Like,
right. It's over.
You ain't gonna win that.
It's really about you just really being. Honestly, what I feel like it's about you being, just thorough with who you are. And then you just being on your shit, fam. Like, cause that with me, that's come first.
Yeah.
But when you do that, everything else come towards that. If that's what you want, sometimes it's not what you want, but that's what life is. If you ask me, so it always been a thing. Just like females, would always ask me like, "Do you run game?" I'll be like, "I don't run game," and I'm trying to tell them like, "I really don't run game."
They think that's game.
Yeah, but you got a smirk on your face when you
because
he like,
because it's like I remember like in junior high, like prior to, I used to think it was about that, like, but then I'll be like, "How do you run game?" Like it used to always come across corny to me, like when you trying to use lines
Right.
and this and that. And I used to see people doing. I was like, man, that shit is so corny. I can't go out like that.
Right.
So I was just like, man, I gotta find out another way. So I would just be myself.
Yeah.
And then from that time on, I always was that up until this day. It was just like running game is just the corniest shit to me. Like if that's what you do, like some people playfully like that's their personality and it worked for them.
Yeah.
For me, I'd rather keep it real.
So let me ask you this then: when you traveling all over the country,
Yeah.
you going all over, you going here, you going there, you going here. What's been the craziest experience as far as since you know? You're a ladies' man. You've been that way since 14.
Yeah.
What's been the craziest experience with with the opposite sex that you've seen? Like, oh my God! Either one, you couldn't believe this was happening to you, or two, you couldn't believe what you was looking at.
The craziest on-road experience I had was somebody being in my hotel room when I checked in, going to another city. It was somewhere like I think in the Midwest, and you know when you work at a hotel, you know. They be knowing who coming in because you know the city is promoting the show. So and most of the time, especially in smaller markets, all the major artists or any artists that come into the city stay at one hotel. So they start knowing that. So the person that was working at the hotel, obviously she know who comes in, and she had a friend that was a super fan of mine, and I guess they worked it out to where they took that risk. I think what they thought was because the female wasn't like bad looking, she was actually kind of bad, but she was. I guess they was thinking, well, he gonna see a bad female, he gonna be happy about it.
Right.
Man, that shit was crazy. I was mad as fuck. Like, so we left the hotel because that's scary to me. Like, that's beyond.
Hell yeah.
Like, I thought if you would have told me something like this prior to, I thought that shit would have been lit. Like that would have been, but when it happened like that, it's more scary because it's like it's bigger than that. Like this could be a setup. This could be this and that. Like why is she in my room? And then from then on, like we never like let promoters book our rooms. Like because I mean we'll check in ourselves. At that time it was like sometimes the promoter book it and that's how something like that can happen.
They give you the room key. Or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. One of them situations, and that was the craziest thing. Like, cause I was low key kind of scared that we left hotels. I'm like, they got access to my room like this. I could be getting set up, all types of stuff.
Right.
So I didn't, you know what I'm saying? That was the craziest experience. But I mean, when it come to anything else, like,
I just seen All Eyes on Me for the record, man. Shouts out to LT. That was a great fucking movie. But as you're saying that, there's a particular scene in the movie that stands out. And you smart enough to know ahead of time not to do that shit. That's good shit on you to kind of peep that ahead of time because you never know what these motherfuckers is capable of doing.
And like I say, prior to, I would have thought that was lit. I would have thought that would have been something that I would enjoy. But when it actually happened, nah, man, it wasn't like that. It was like, man, because that's the first thing you think. You like, you know what, somebody trying to set me up.
You never know.
And that's the last thing you want to happen.
Exactly. Talk about the new shit.
Man, the new shit, man. Like, it's different levels of new shit. So I got the Texafornia album getting ready to drop for obvious reason why it's called the Texafornia album. I transitioned a lot from Texas to California, and I'm trying to, like, combine both lifestyles and sounds and the chords to the world.
Why do that though? Why not stay at home and kind of create your, not create the buzz, but keep it going over there?
So half of the project is that. So it's no. It's still Texas, but I've been influenced a lot. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my career. When you talk even about some of those first records, like it blew up in Cali, and me coming out so much, anywhere you stay or be, you're gonna get influenced by something. Gotcha. So a lot of the influences in my life, especially at this point, are from out here as well, just as much as Texas. But Texas is just in me, so I don't even have to really like. That's just something I was born. Natural. That's natural, exactly. So I just wanted to try something different with this project, and I work with a lot of different producers from Cali on this project, producers from Texas, some features from Cali, some features from Texas, and it's just kind of like putting together overall what that would sound like if those two places came together. So that's kind of the ideal of it, but it's different levels of it because now that you got like the playlisting and the Spotify, I think streaming, exactly. I think I'm a section it and drop like parts of it at a time. Like, you know what I'm saying? The first part of the Texafornia album is gonna be called The Comeback. That's, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a part of it. And the second part, I ain't really even came with that part yet, but it's a different sound. Gotcha. So I'm kind of just playing. I'm playing timing wise. I want to drop it this summer. It's pretty much done, and I'm gonna get the buzz up and playing it by ear before I drop it. You know what I'm saying? That But I got a couple records that's popping. So I got one record that's popping in Texas right now on some female shit. It's called Heavy, featuring Lil Boosie.
Yeah.
So like that's just
Shout
you know
out to
what I'm saying? Shout out Big Bro Boosie, man. That record is going like crazy in the streets in the South, and it's just like a female record. That's just like a little warm up, but it's a dope record. And then the new one, which is kind of ironic because I'm kind of rough right now. It's called Why My Face So Fresh. Why My Face. Yeah, the irony, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even get the, you know what I'm saying?
He's like, look, I'm out here, bro.
Exactly.
I'm out
You got a full experience on that. He's like,
fuck it. But now anybody know me, like I'm real big about that. And that's another thing. You know how y'all was just talking about Dallas, Houston?
Yeah.
That's another thing that's like Dallas culture. One thing about it is like all about our face. Like we real big on our face. People from Houston know somebody from Dallas just by their haircut. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That is a thing.
You know, a lot of people rock the bald face. A lot of people rock crazy and different designs. People rock the ducktail, the shag. It's a lot of fades, and people like so the barber game is like on a whole nother level out there in Texas. So it's big. So it's a big thing.
Everybody beefing.
Yeah. So
Buddha, man, everybody got problems.
Yeah, shout out to Silk the Surgeon, man. My barber's like one of the top in the world, fam. He win all the competition. He got belts. He won the Cedric Entertainer show.
There's a championship belt for barber.
They got like they look like boxing belts.
Get the
wrestling
fuck out of
belts.
here.
Yeah.
And he's out.
He got all of them.
He's out in Dallas.
He in Texas. Yeah, he in
so
Dallas.
So again, you
That's crazy.
transporting out here like
exactly. So that's another thing. Like ice cream paint job kind of was like me bringing a different side of Texas car culture to the world, and that's why it was also so big, because Cali is another place where it makes sense. Like Texas and Cali are real big on that car culture. Those are two biggest places when it comes to it. Yeah. So that's why it translated out here along with the BPM and the way it sounded. But like this record is another thing. Like I'm presenting to the world from Dallas to show people another side of what's big in Dallas. And nobody really never done a record like that. And I'm not even really rapping about a fade on there. It's just a catchy part of the song. And the visual that I'm working on, shout out to D-Ray Davis, because he kind of co-writing this visual with me.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. He co-writing it. And the visual is really going to explain what the record is. But just the sound of it's going crazy right now. All on the radio in Texas and in the clubs. Now we're got it out here in LA in the clubs. You know, man, they've been playing it with the Greystones, the LaJordans, all the different popping the spots. We've been at Playhouse. I did Playhouse 2 weeks ago. They showed a lot of love. So now it's starting to go on a sonically. It's getting out there on that level. So yeah, man, that's the first part of Texafornia that I put, but it's so much to it. It's just a full complete project of what the culture is, you know, where I'm from and out here.
You know what I appreciate about you is that like I made the Jermaine Dupri reference earlier, but it's very few artists that are not that it's very few artists that are not afraid to have a good time.
Yeah.
Like everybody want to be like, I'm the realest nigga ever. I kill everything. It's my nigga, chill out. But then again, going back to you had your mom. You was the man in high school. You had the 7-to-1 ratio in college. So
exactly.
You used to having a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just and I come from nothing but struggle. But it's just like you know, we just reversed it. I learned from my big bros to be the opposite of what people expect. You know what I'm talking about? Like, especially when you're coming from your certain circumstances. Like, the first time somebody coming from the hood, it's like a Kendrick Lamar to me. Like, Kendrick Lamar from Compton, right? Yeah. He could have easily been on a whole different thing, but he's kind of like the opposite, but he's still Compton.
Yeah.
You still know he's from Compton. You know what I'm talking about? You know
he's
he's
a
from
good kid in the Mad City, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? And it's just like that. To me, that's why his brand works. It's just like, that's not what the world expects. And sometimes not even they want Kendrick Lamar to be on some other shit, until he becomes that. Now at this point, they want him to be Kendrick Lamar. I respect that about him. But it's the same thing with me. It was just I could have easily went a certain different route, and I didn't want to. You feel me? I was influenced, and then I was influenced by, when I jumped in the rap game, I was influenced by Texas rappers like Lil Flip, and at this time you had DSR, that was from Dallas. You had UGK, and it was just not on that. It was just on some. It was just different. I was influenced more by that than, you know what I'm saying, all the other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though I liked it, like I liked everything.
Of course.
I came, my first, what introduced me to music was Bone Thugs and Harmony and Tupac.
Wow.
That's what made me love music. The Texas rappers is what made me jump out the gate to rap.
You're right.
Because you see it in your own backyard.
I can do it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that happened, and they just really went on that rah-rah tip, and I was cool with that.
What about your family? Like, what was their reaction to you saying, like, all right, look, I want to go down this lane. Like, I'm playing ball, but look, I want to do this.
They weren't with it. Like, I just had to do it. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and I mean, it was just natural reaction to, you know what I'm saying, like what a family would do. Like, it ain't
not for your best interest.
Exactly. It ain't nothing like I'm mad or got a chip, because some people be like, my family or this, they didn't support me when I first denied. It was just, I just knew from the jump that whenever I was gonna do that, I just knew I had to do it.
Right.
Some things in life you just gotta do, and you can't let nobody stop you from doing it. Sometimes you can't even tell everybody what you're gonna, because they're gonna try and talk you out of it. So if you know it's something that you want to do, you gotta just do it, and that's how that happened. And it wasn't until I started getting like certain type of success till it opened up, you know, and they understood. But you know,
like, I get it. It's cool. You gonna fly out to Cali? It's cool.
But nah, shout out to my fam, man. They always supported me.
How would you describe your music? You said, you know, we was kind of doing comparisons to Kendrick, but it's for yourself, like in your brand. If you had to describe your shit in, let's say, 3 words, how would you describe it for the people?
I would say, like, it's different sides of it. It's times with my music where, you know, I like having a good time. It's times in the music where I like talking about some real shit. And then it's times where, like, I want to talk about things that's not there yet. Like kind of create something. Like, even like a record like Why My Face So Fresh. Like, you know, people would, like, could easily ask, why would you make a record like that? But really, that's part of my culture. That's part of my image. That's part of something that building who I am as an artist. And that's just something I want to do. So it's just like, it's spontaneous. I don't really like try and go. I do what I feel at the moment. Gotcha. You know what I'm talking about? I did a deal with the Dallas Cowboys, and like you know what I'm saying. I walk into an arena.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah. I walk into an arena and get influenced and be like, I need to make something for this type of setting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I could be something else, like going through something that make me want to make something for that type of setting. So that's kind of how I am. I'm real spontaneous when I'm writing music.
Real quick. I want to do. You can't just blow past that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did a deal with the Dallas Cowboys. What the fuck? Okay, man. So now I know, like, okay, you did some design and you did some work with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
When you went back to your neighborhood, right after the Dallas Cowboys shit.
Yeah.
Like, was niggas hitting you? Like, hey, let me hold something.
I mean, it was
Hey, matter of fact, you gotta let me borrow $20 too.
It been the biggest thing because this never happened. It's never been an NFL to hip hop deal ever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, Dallas Cowboys is the biggest sports brand
Hell
in the world.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to do it with them is like nothing bigger than that. It was just something I was inspired to do. 2013, they reached out to me to do the anthem. We mutually decided to do the anthem for 2013. That went well. 2014 was the same thing. But then when I got in there and they were showing a lot of love, I was like, man, I want to do more. You feel me? I want to do more with the brand. I want to do more, you know, than just like make music. I want to take it to another level. So we collectively came together and decided that, you know, we should do a merch thing to where I have my own merch deal, the road music by Dallas Cowboys, and
hold up.
You
just blow past that.
Yeah,
so,
man.
All right, so you get a merch deal with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
So you can let me and Chuck hold $20.
I can let y'all hold $20.
All right,
but better than that, I can get y'all some Dallas Cowboy gear. Make y'all Cowboy fans, man.
I don't really know.
You Cowboy fans?
Turn Lupe mic on. Mike, that's Lupe. She's our producer.
Lupe?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure. Not real talk.
No,
I was waiting for that
hold
question.
me to it. Like, I'm gonna send you some.
Lupe is a
gear that
Dallas Cowboys fucking diehard fan.
That's what's up. You know what I'm saying?
When I heard you say, I'm butting. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
Talking to the mic, Lupe. Goddammit. Okay.
When I heard you say, I think I saw the interview on All Hip Hop.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo. So it was your logo on the 2016 season one, right?
Yeah. Last year, this past season.
Yeah, this past season. Now, how has that reaction been? I know he mentioned the neighborhood and whatnot, but being that you are from Dallas and there wasn't no hip hop and no NFL come together, and you did the anthem before that, how was it?
Man, it was big, and it's still big. It's still something that's getting bigger and bigger. This year, I'm gonna be even doing more. But it was just something to where when the news got out, like the whole city erupted. Even like a lot of people in the industry, it erupted because people know how big that is.
Hell yeah, that's huge.
So it was just something to where like I'm blessed for it. I grew up a Cowboy fan, something that I naturally do. It ain't no bandwagon on just doing this. And people always knew I've been a big Cowboy fan. So for that to happen, you know what I'm saying, and everything being one motion. Like till this day, it's still one of those things where no matter what I do in the music industry, that will still be a major accomplishment.
Right, hell yeah.
It stands alone, but that also, goes with my whole brand.
We gotta get my boy Charlamagne some shit too.
I talked to Charlamagne actually. I got something for Charlamagne. I had some out of New York.
We gotta get him something.
We definitely gonna do that.
He be going. He be killing you.
Oh yeah, he be a big
Did his dad shot somebody at a game or something?
Yeah, he got into a fight or something. But that's the thing too. We find out everybody that's Cowboy fans that's like in the music industry got something to do it to, and I'm sending out a lot of stuff.
And
I got a gold and diamond piece made with the logo that we make. We got our own official logo, a Dorrough Music Dallas Cowboy logo that's on the merch, official logo. Yeah. So just to see the Cowboys like promoting and me being on their Twitter and their Facebook and Instagram, when that happened, bro, it's just like I can't even put that in my mind.
What does that do for you, like in terms of seeing, like, because this is another thing that I really try to stress to not just artists specifically, that you can make bread outside of music too. Like, so talk about that, like that the other side of getting revenue.
That's another way to get that. One line I say in Why My Face So Fresh, I say if you want to get rich, you got to get money 2, 3, maybe 4 ways. I say that's one of the lines in the song. Yeah. It's just another way to get money. But the good thing about it is not only is it just about the money, that's obviously a plus, but it also goes with my brand. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm from Dallas. It helped me get fans that normally wouldn't be tapping to even hip hop. Right. They Cowboy fans, and now they Dorrough music fans. So it helped on down on the music tip. I get to perform at games. You know what I'm talking about? And this year, we're gonna do a couple half times, which is gonna be huge. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Last year I did some pre games, and before then, I get to use the stadium for videos and stuff like that.
That's a good plug.
Hey, what is that? This is because we in LA. But when you go perform at the Dallas Cowboys shit, what is that? When you pull up, it's people outside waiting on you to get there. Like, hey, we with him.
Yeah, So I get sweets. I get sweets most of the time to the home games, and it's so organized that before I already have I'm gonna get my pops and take family, certain people, but I do every game I go to. I normally bring somebody, a couple people different, just what I'm saying, that I'm rocking with. But
that experience,
man, I mean, at this point I don't own the Cowboys, so it ain't like I can. It's not like even though they kind of treat me like a player, which is good, but I'm not. To the Cowboys, I'm not. It's not like Dez Bryant to where that's like his thing and he can do. So I can make stuff happen, but it's still what I'm saying, at a point to where just doing the deal. You know what I'm talking about. Like, don't people think like I own the team, like, and I can just do. Nah, man, it's still a business. They still got to make their money.
We with Dorrough section.
Yeah. The Cowboys still got to make their money. You feel me? So they ain't trying to give out too many this and that. But I be cool though, man. It's just a big thing, fam. I mean, this year is gonna even get bigger. You know what I'm talking about? We coming out with different merch. We got stuff for the ladies. Yeah. We got all type of stuff, man. We got jackets coming, hats. We already got the suede hats. We got T-shirts, all that. So, and it's good branding.
I have an idea.
What?
California Cowboy.
Nah.
California Cowboy. Oh, you got to take that up with them. I don't think they're gonna put that California.
I'm not talking about moving the team. I'm talking about for your shit, because you trying to do the bridge shit.
The Texafornia, like something that got something to do with the Texafornia. I'm gonna try and like miss something, man. Like, we working on all that.
Cowboy gonna be kind of hard because that brand is solidified.
Well, no, I'm just trying to. I don't really give a fuck about the Cowboys.
I'm gonna convert you, fam. I'm gonna convert you to a Cowboy fan.
I'm just trying to throw.
I'm gonna send so much Cowboy shit your way, fam, that you gonna have to be a Cowboy
so much
fan.
Cowboy shit up here.
You know what I'm doing? I'm gonna send you a Dorrough Music by Cowboy shirt. You gonna have to wear it because you fuck with me. But I'm gonna take that picture and I'm gonna pub that picture all over the internet. I'm gonna put it on every blog so you branded as a Cowboy fan.
Oh, that's hell no.
What's the situation? You said you got some music coming hopefully by the summertime. What's the situation? Are you signed, independent?
Yeah, I'm fully 1,000% independent, man. Doing it, 100% independent. independent, which is why I appreciate all the support that, you know what I'm saying, like I get from people like y'all that show love. But yeah, it's I mean, I feel like the game is set up for independent.
Right now, it's the perfect time.
Yeah, exactly. And I learned, you feel me, that's really the best route to go. Even though it's a tougher path, don't get me wrong. Like it ain't no like walk up and you good now. You got to make your path. But once you
gotta
do
hold
that,
your own with that.
Yeah, you got to hold your own with it. But once you do that, it's definitely worth it. And I'm excited about it, man.
What are your thoughts on? Because it just announced today, I believe, that Ice Cube just signed back to not signed back, but he signed to Interscope. And I wanted to know your thoughts on it because he's been independent for so long.
That's crazy.
As a music artist, well, I can already tell you his mind frame. Like, I mean, Ice Cube got so much. He got a new basketball league for to come out, a whole league with the legends. Plus, he do the movies, so I don't think he got that.
And
much
he produced
time. To be independent.
VH1. He got the VH1 deal.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
To be independent music artist, you got to be 2 feet fully invested in to do that. And if I'm in Ice Cube position, you know, I might just want to put out some music, put out some songs. I'm gonna sign with an Interscope because that's just another.
It makes sense.
Yeah, you know, I don't feel like doing all the groundwork. I don't even got time if I wanted to. I gotta do all this other stuff. So I would say that's probably his mindset. You know, he might still got the passion for music, but he might just want to please his fans, just put music out. So why not do a deal with one of the biggest labels? Just dump them out. It probably ain't even about the money. It ain't about the money with him.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course he gonna get his bread, but
You know,
I think he just want to get music out to his fans.
You know what?
And that's the easiest way for him to do it.
It makes sense because the way I was thinking about it, I was like, well, since he has all those responsibilities, I'm sure he has to meet deadlines, and I would think that being with a major, he would have to. That would put more strain on him, but. Him being signed, I guess they're going to release 25 years of death certificate. So that's going to be the first thing. That's yeah, it's going to be the first release. So I think that makes sense, like you said.
Well, the thing is, like Dorrough will probably tell you, if being an independent artist, you got to move a certain way, do everything yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you want to continue to put out music on top of everything else you got going on, it make more sense to do it with the label.
Yeah, I get it. No, that makes a lot of sense, though. I mean, and for you to say that, understanding like, yo, you got a machine behind you that can actually put the legwork behind some major shit going on. I think that was pretty big.
Now, if you had it your if you had it your way, right?
Yeah.
As Dorrough music, what kind of situation? What's the ideal situation right now for you? I know you want to be independent. It's right now the industry is set up for everybody to do what the fuck they want to do.
Yeah.
Like if you want to be independent, if you want to be a major, if you want to do this, do that. Right now everything is perfect for for everybody to do their own shit. But if you had to pick your ideal scenario, your ideal situation, how would you want to set it up? Like would you are you open to going to a major?
I will be open to going to major if it's the right type of deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? I tell people it's all about the type of deal you signing, and you know, you can, even if you people that sign in 360 deals, I don't believe in 360 deals, but if you were to sign one, long them percentages are low, it's worth it. Like the problem with 360 deals is they get signed in 360 deals and people taking 40, 50, 60% out of everything. That's a problem. But like if they was getting 10, 15% it'd be cool, because one thing about what they gonna do is, since they got you in the 360, they gonna put you everywhere. So you know what I'm saying? I think that's what it's about. It's all about numbers at the end of the day. Now if I sign with a major and the numbers right, I'm there. You feel me? And they believe in my vision. That's the first thing. They got to believe in your vision. That's where people always, you know, that's where the problems come to. But yeah, I'm open to that if the right situation came up.
Now, when you approach a project, you about to drop a project, what's the first thing that you think? Like, what's the first? Like, is it concept? You come up with most people do songs and then they come up with a concept around the song.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
I come up with songs first, man. I like, you know what I'm saying? I do everything piece by piece. It really, the way I come up with music really is pieced up, because I make so many different type of things. And then I realize what I got, and then I start going into that part of it. So, you know, as an artist, man, like I'm kind of like a puzzle. Like the way I work is kind of like a puzzle with everything. Like, you know, when you're doing a puzzle, it's one whole thing you building, but you might work on a little piece here, this section at a time, and then it all come together. Yeah. Somebody who's watching you do it may not even see what you're doing until it all come together. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I work as an artist when I'm making music. Sometimes even how I move as my brain brand, I work that way. Sometimes I be doing different things. People can't figure it out, but trust me, it's all part of a puzzle that's getting built. Yeah. So that's how I really do everything. I piece up everything.
And you own the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, man. And I'm like officially on the payroll like a player. That's crazy.
That is wild.
It's just so to actually be in that organization and as a rapper, it's still hard for me to fathom that sometimes. But it's just a blessing, man. And I'm gonna make sure that I maximize and also bring a lot of positive things to the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what's one thing outside of music, outside of obviously being a Dallas Cowboy fan, that people don't know about Dorrough? Like, if you had to put something like, for example, we asked Game this. We said, yo, what's one thing that people don't know about Game? He said, yo, I play the trumpet. Niggas didn't know this nigga played the trumpet. What's one thing about
the trumpet?
Crazy. I never played the trumpet, but I would say that's something that nobody know.
Something that nobody really know about you.
He's in an anime.
You get naked when you take a shit.
Oh, whoa. Easy.
I mean, at the crib.
I do too. That's why I said that.
At the crib. Let me think. What'll be a good one that people don't know. Damn, you hit me on the spot with this one. I think that what it is, like, so I'm into like stuff that's like, as a rapper, you know what it is? I'm a rapper, right? So rapper got a stigma.
Exactly.
People think that as a rapper, you just supposed to be like on some rap type shit, turn up in it.
Right.
Like I got that side, but like I'll be on some whole other shit. Like I go do Runyon Canyon type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be a whole different type of lifestyle and still be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of stuff I do, and it's crazy because like I put a lot of stuff on my Snap, so a lot of people really just starting to learn that side. But I'm like, you don't gotta be a stigma rapper.
What a rap star is.
Oh, you're a rapper, so you're gonna do all the rapper stuff. You're gonna always
popping
have bottles.
yeah.
You're gonna come in with a lot of girls, and you know
all
what I'm
those
saying?
chains.
It's times where that phase come in, and that's that. But that ain't me. It's just like a widespread brand that's steady growing. So I just think, to be honest, I think if people like watch my like stories on IG, they'll learn a lot of stuff about me that they don't know. Yeah,
and like,
it's a lot.
Give us one thing.
Damn. Oh yeah, I don't got no tattoos. That's a good one.
You don't have no tattoos.
That's perfect.
That's definitely, because I would have definitely said you had tattoos.
I don't got no tattoos. Like that's
me either.
Is that on purpose?
Yeah.
The right one?
So it started off like, I wanted tattoos like when I was in high school, but I people used to get tattoos that was stupid to me, so I didn't want to get no stupid
Real
tattoos.
shit. Right. That's why I never got one.
Yeah, so it came down to where like when it came to people getting tattoos, I used to hate when people get something stupid.
You
feel me? So it was like I'm gonna get something like a name or something that's real special to me if I get one. Then it came to where like my pops was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You should be different and not get tattoos. And I was just like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of blew it off at first, but then I couldn't really find no tattoo that I really wanted. Yeah. And then when I was gonna get I was gonna get one when I was 21 of when I first had my little girl. I was gonna get her name, and I was just like, you know what, I ain't gonna get it yet. And when I didn't get that, I just grew the passion for having one of the tattoo just went. I didn't even want one.
It's amazing how things change like that. Like, because I remember like I used to sport earrings. I used to have all the stuff, and that like when you get older, you're like, I don't need to wear that shit. Like, I'm cool.
You know what I'm saying? But now I'm happy that I don't got them, because it's like people always trip out, especially it go with the rapper shit. They feel like, because you a rapper with no tattoos? What? Yeah. Like, nah, I'm a rapper with no tattoos. I think the only other rapper that don't got tattoos that people know is T.I. I don't think T.I. got tattoos.
Tip don't have no tattoos.
Nah, Tip don't got no tattoos.
Cause somebody, I feel like
which is Tip is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Like, Tip is a rapper, but he's totally, he's wide. He's not just your average rapper. He's a brand mostly. Like, you know what I'm talking about? He got a whole lot of different sides to him that make him Tip. But you would think a nigga like Tip would be tatted up. You feel me? But nah, he ain't. But that was just something that came to mind, because I recently learned that not too long. I was like, damn, Tip ain't got no tattoos. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I ain't got no tattoos. So that's the one thing. And no, people don't know that. Like, a lot of people, everybody always think, every time I meet somebody, they always think I got tattoos. Like, what kind of tattoos you got? Like, I don't even got none.
What I definitely want to mention, because we talked about it earlier, the fascination with this Japanese art.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? What the fuck? What does that say?
6'3" in Japanese.
Oh shit!
I've been having this for like 2 years. So I went on a tour in Japan in 2014. Got inspired. Made the Japanese song, which is actually another record I'm working out here too this summer. Ended up getting booked back to do another tour last year, and I met an artist out there that when I went to do a show, he was a fan. He had drew with us in the back of my head. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I was like, what do you mean? He was like 6'3". A lot of people call me that. That's like an AKA. So he drew that. A lot of my fans call me that. So he drew that, and it was so dope. I was like, you know what? When I get back to Texas, I'm gonna have my barber cut this in my head, and I'm gonna post a picture. Crazy. And then I kept my word. I did it, and ever since then, I've been keeping it in my head. Ever since then, it's like part of the brand, which is kind of how the whole Why My Fade So Fresh got inspired, because this is just something that nobody ever heard before. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna showcase it to the world and have fun with it. But yeah, that's how it came. That's how the Japanese. And then while I was out there, I love the culture out there.
Yeah.
I love a lot of stuff about it. So I just like, I always growing up, I always like how they words and stuff look. So I just kind of just started. I saw the hoodies and a lot of different things. I wear a lot of Y3. That's a big brand that's from out there. And I just like their style, to be honest with you. Like a lot of stuff they do and put it together.
I fuck with it too.
And it's good.
Yeah.
Like you said, that's the good part of you being on this side, because they love some Cali. They love some West Coast shit.
Yeah, exactly. I learned that
when
too.
I went on tour out there, that shit blew my mind.
Yeah.
They out there in lowriders.
Yeah.
They out there just acting a fool. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up, two things actually. Talk about the transition from being, let's say, like, okay, so like a lot of your success came from hit records.
Yeah.
Now that was through having a distribution or whatever kind of deal it was, right?
Yeah.
So, do you notice a significant difference in the way the music? Talk about the transition and how you work records back then versus now, because a lot of artists don't know how much has changed as far as with the streaming and with like a lot of your shit was out the trunk.
What's crazy is I'm one of the few artists that was caught right in the transition
exactly
of trunks to like the industry, the digital era, like caught right in between of that transition. So I really see both and know how to work both, but it's a total different process, like very different. And like I know both sides of it, and I got caught right as it was transitioning, so I kind of had to like learn that part of it too. But I mean, I think overall it's good because it give artists a lot of freedom. It give them a lot of more power. It take power away from like people that's destroying the creative process, but also it can be bad too because it's floodgates into it. People do a lot of stuff. So everything is pros and cons, and it got to be balanced out. Yeah. So I mean, it's things I like about how it was during that time before transition. And it's things I love about you know what I'm saying, how it is now digitally. So I just take the good stuff from here and the good stuff here and put it together. Yeah.
Now I don't know if you have another one.
No, go ahead.
We always ask at the end, like, what's one thing before the year ends, you got to make sure you do this one thing before the year ends.
Before the year ends, Dorrough got to do what?
Shit, man, I almost cut a Charlie horse. That's how this real work is, man. It's crazy. Before this year over with,
what do you have to do before the year ends?
Another project.
I gotta make this Cali move official again.
Okay,
that's one thing. You know what I'm talking about, like to be officially here. That's one thing. But I think other than that, I mean, my only goal, honestly, is to make the Texas California project a big success.
Right.
And whatever, you know what I'm saying, steps it's going to take for me to do that, that's like my whole train of thought. I'm not even really thinking about nothing else, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that's my main thing. If the year going into 2018, I know that the project was a success, I'll be real happy going into 2018.
Fulfilled,
I'll be fulfilled. And I ain't going to say I'll be disappointed if not so, because I ain't trying to have no expectations, but I feel like that's what I need to do.
Before you plug your shit, man, what I think about that. How's fatherhood changed you?
Man, fatherhood is I mean, it's great. You know, it just make me go harder for one. For two, it teach you another side of life. And for three, I mean, it puts you in a position to where like I got a little boy, a little 4-year-old, and I learned from him because he like a miniature version of me. So I learned a lot about myself through him. You know what I'm saying? Because he is just me at 4 years. I mean, the same. We look the same. Yeah. Everything he do was just exactly what I was doing at 4 years old. I mean, to the T.
That's, you know what I'm talking about? You like, God damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. Wow. But so like I learned a lot about myself through him. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think it's a dope thing, man. it's a great part of life, and you know, I'm real happy about it.
Are you gonna bring them out here with you when you do that, or are you still gonna?
Well, when I make that official, I'm gonna leave them in Texas until after this year. But by next year, they're gonna have to be out here.
Real quick, last thing. So you
said it like 5 times. Last thing,
because I wasn't gonna touch on the kid thing, but now that we touched on it, were you terrified? I'm fucking terrified to have a kid. I'm talking about I damn near would rather catch something than have a kid.
You're the opposite of me. I'm so scared of that. Yeah. We the opposite. Nah, honestly.
Real shit.
When I was 21 and I had my little girl, like it was kind of scary. I was still at Prairie View. Like I was just my music was just taking off. Like all this was going on. I had a little girl. It was kind of scary, but not really. One thing I think it's a Southern thing. Like it's different down there. So like that's like more of something to make you go hard and be happy about in the South. So it really wasn't scary. I was excited when I was learning off to have a little girl. Like I'm
really?
So yeah, I think that's a Southern thing.
That's some Southern shit.
Yeah. It's different from it's different out here. Yeah,
like,
so
like you what?
Yeah, like having it with the wrong person is scary. Like just like a random like
that's
my,
what I mean.
my friend like just getting like a random like if I would have got like a random thought pregnant, that would have been like,
bro. Listen, bro. Only reason I'm saying that is because we constantly had this conversation now where it's like, oh, kids and this, and Chuck is married, and I always get that kind. Hey, my mom. I mean, not my mom. My family's like, yeah, when you gonna have? I'm like, listen, bro. This shit ain't no game.
Yeah, exactly.
These women ain't playing no fucking games out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm terrified of having a kid. So to hear you say like. You have a completely different story than the homies from here. All the homies from here don't get married, don't have kids. They always tell us straight up. Everybody tell us that.
I would say, well, for you, man, you might need to go down south, man. I mean,
I love Texas women.
Yeah.
I like Houston women. Though. I ain't gonna front though.
Well, you putting it out in the atmosphere, they gonna come to you now.
I like Houston women. Women. One of them made me a plate in a hotel.
There you go, man.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, that's that Southern hospitality. But it's
they
cool.
making plates and all that.
It's not scary as you think once you get into it, like because it's so natural. You feel me? It's like something that I guess we put here to do. So as a human, you feel me?
It's terrifying.
So you start learning how natural it is when you're in that process. But I feel how it can be scary. But I wouldn't. I was cool. I was 20, and I was 21. Like. Terrifying.
It's crazy. One of the things that I feel like what I learned from you this interview is that. Despite what people say about the South, and there's no shot on it or anything like that, but everybody has everybody knows that the South supports each other, but I didn't realize that Texas was that divided in terms of like Dallas and Houston.
I mean, because that's one of my missions is to
bridge that gap and figure it out.
But it's tough, fam. Yeah. It don't even really have to do with just it's the way the South is. It's not forward thinking like the. Out here, you feel me? It's still a lot of stuff going on. There's still a lot of racism. There's still a lot of stuff that just make it a certain type of way. And don't get me wrong, in the major cities like Dallas and Houston, they popping, but they still overall, just that's what the South is. You feel me? Especially when you're talking about the Texas and Louisianas and Mississippis and Arkansas and Alabamas, like. It's still Southern, you feel me? So, like, I think that kind of translate over into some of the people. So when people not used to seeing success, it just create a crab in a bucket mentality and it make it tough.
It's crazy. No, it's wild that you say that because, like, literally, like, when we have conversations about the shit, everybody, especially out here, they like, man, you got to do like the South. You got to jump on, do something.
Atlanta did that. Atlanta, they did that. And that's why they having that type of success. So there they did do what they were supposed to do and put together and they having their success.
But that's an Atlanta thing, not just the whole South and shit.
Whole South thing.
Well, man, before you catch your second or third Charlie horse, man, we appreciate you coming on through, man. Go on to plug your shit real quick for folks that want to get at you, contact you, get to the website, all that.
Dorrough Music on every platform, man. Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. On Instagram, it's 63music, SIX3 Music, but you can still put in Dorrough Music and find me. So, 63music.com. I got a. I mean, that's really what it is. The Texafornia album about to drop. The Why My Fade So Fresh record is out right now. iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, SoundCloud, YouTube. Everywhere, man. And so is like the Japanese record, which is still growing. That video is out. Go check that out on Vivo. We shot that in Japan.
And Lupe and Charlamagne's Texas Dallas Cowboys shit.
Shout out to Lupe. Shout out to Lupe. And the Dallas Cowboy, the new girl, the 2017 girl, dropping in a couple months. So y'all look out for that.
We appreciate you coming on through. Everybody going to subscribe.
I'm glad we able to finally make it happen.
Absolutely, man.
I appreciate that, man. Now y'all got a dope setup,
that.
and I'm glad that like you say, we've been trying to make it happen for a minute. I mean, this definitely won't be the last time.
Nah.
Yeah, I hopefully by the time I drop the Texafornia album, when that drop, I come back. And promote that.
Going to subscribe, iTunes, Google Play, all of that. Homegrown Radio, at Homegrown Radio, Facebook.com/HomegrownRadioNet. Of
Every
course,
Friday night, Real 92.3.
Hey, go and check us out. HomegrownRadio.net, bringing radio back to its roots, you little bitch.